Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Today, a showdown between a pair of undefeated lasting implications. It's the Washington Huskies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, the Crimson Tide head coach has let me know pregame. This could be one of their most important games of the year. With both teams undefeated, this game is a separator. As the college football playoff looms near, they have to separate and prove they are one of the best teams in the country. They have a chance to do that here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Hits inside, it's Henderson. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The run inside. It's Henderson. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Left side is Henderson. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at, they're right back on the football, ready to run another.
Good pickup.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Russell. They're all over it. Fires downfield. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll run it. turning it on. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
And they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in zones. You got to get him involved.
Quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little.
I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Here's a give to Washington. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the first down. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
Trying to establish the run. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Calls his own number. Oh, he's got some... It's a fumble. They were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Converts on 4th down. Still going. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Huskies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick the field.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TD.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, it's Henderson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Russell from the gun on third down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. On the move at the 30. What a play by this offense. Finally out of bounds, and a perfect way to wrap up the first quarter. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Henderson.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
They'll line up with trips to the right side on 2nd and 6. Keelan Russell. Got a man. It's Henderson. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. To the air. It's Russell. Throws to the wideout. Rolls it in. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a real good-looking throw. And I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling the plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been. And the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Throwing Russell. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
This defense really does a nice job playing with their eyes and pursuing the ball. They took away all of the quarterback's options down the field. When he finally checked it down, they rallied to him, made the tackle, now setting up fourth.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They're testing the right side here. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Might as well run him again. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Washington sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through.
You're down, you need a play. What a nice job on the big punt return to give a spark. You can hear this home crowd going bananas. They needed a big shot in the arm, and they got it with the punt return.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Dropping back, it's McMillan. Escapes the pressure to his right. Upstairs, he's got it. He's into the open down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Huskies.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going with the ground game left. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Got his man. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Russell. got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. On his way back from the 20. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. First play of the drive comes from the 38. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it.
Second down. Working the ground game. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Hunt is on its way. Makes the catch around the 50. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Keelan Russell. Grabbed in the middle. It's Henderson. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. The hurry-up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Dropping back. It's Russell.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release.
It's a seam wide open. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch them because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Throws for the tight end. He caught it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. makes the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Sets his feet. It's McMillan. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's not afraid to go deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Utah taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers. And it's the Utes looking for a 3rd straight victory today following that Week 1 defeat. And they're on top right now against another solid team. This outcome today could define each of their seasons. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here's a give to Washington. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And now on second down for this offense. The give. Trucks through the defender. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Give to Brown. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like he'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that field fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Looking to throw, it's McMillan. Setting up the screen. Hard running there. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And that's not a surprise play call for this offense. A lot of times, man, after a tackle for a loss or a play that goes behind the line of scrimmage, they want to get those chunky yards back. They want to get back to third and manageable. They dial up the screen. They get some positive yards. Now put themselves in a position to be more successful on third down.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Now on the move. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And And, man, this is a big decision coming up, right? Like, this is still a tie football game. So if you get stopped on 4th down, man, you're setting the other team up with good field position, almost in field goal position right off the jump. This is a big 4th down play.
Washington sends out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Well, they weren't going to give him a chance this time. They just punted that thing toward the sideline. What a great job on that kick, bouncing it out of bounds inside the 10. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Running inside, it's Henderson. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13.
I like this guy as a running back because he could run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. Making the adjustment. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. That's reeled in. It's Meadows. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
All over him immediately.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Throwing Russell. Out wide left, it's Meadows. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Turns up, it's Rodgers. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it up to 49 after a good pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Right at the line. Past the 40. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Got enough for the first down. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Using his feet. Touchdown time! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That was a reckless hit by the defender. The kickers are in a vulnerable spot, and they have to protect them. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Looking for a man. It's McMillan. Under pressure. Good job just to get rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Stepping to the right. On the move, he fires. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. This offense has it with really good field position. Making the adjustment on the play. Russell. Look out. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Quick give. It's Henderson. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he isn't. To the 29.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Two somewhat unexpected undefeated teams, and only one will stay that way here in the final few moments. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Flips it out to the back. The stiff arm gets him loose.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Keelan Russell. Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting. You could punt the football away here on 4th down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge 4th down conversion late in this football game.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Moving the pocket, it's McMillan. Rush right in his face. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Washington right back to the line. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Out wide right, it's Clay. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's McMillan. He'll take a deep shot here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. The problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Got some green grass. Past the 6. Maybe a crease. He's at the... And he scores! Touchdown, Huskies!
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th. They'll try to get it back with the onside kick. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quarterback changing the play. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Knocked down immediately. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get Hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Making his first move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Hits inside, it's Carr. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
And this offense tries to run, and unsuccessful. Nice defense up front. Nice job playing the run and the pass in a passing-type situation. Offense, they've got to get a little bit aggressive here. They need points on the board late.
Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for space, it's Carr. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Moves the pocket. It's McMillan. He makes the grab for the 2, but wait just a second. There is a penalty marker on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's the give off the left side. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They go play action with Russell. Rush is on. Incomplete. The final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Going to the ground. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. They'll send the back in motion. Throwing Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Perfect.
In this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on 4th down in overtime. Snapped it, and he has to have it. If he runs this back, this game's over. Taking it the other way. And the takeaway is the exclamation point. The game saver for the win. First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. The give, it's Carr. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Third and long, and they don't want to move backwards to make sure they have a chance to kick an easy one and win it in OT. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fool him with the run on 3rd down, and they're looking at 4th and plenty of work to do. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. So here we go, a long field goal attempt to win it. The official says no good. Field goal attempt is no good. It is a devastating blow to not come away with points here in overtime.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
second overtime. A designed run for the quarterback. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
They'll run it. It's Washington. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to throw. It's McMillan. They're all over it. On the move and looking. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys. And he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him. And that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Now third and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
After that incompletion, because you're down in the red zone setting up fourth and long, you'd imagine they would jog the field goal unit out here, but we've seen offenses stay aggressive. If they believe in their playmakers and they want to score touchdowns, you might see this offense go for it.
Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, and now they have a 3-point lead here in OT.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence. Down the road that I can trust this guy.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Alabama pushing the tempo. This quarterback part of their running game. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Solid run on the last play sets this offense up on first down. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll take it himself. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Let's see what they have on third down as they want to make sure they keep this in makeable field goal range. The run inside. It's Henderson. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Does the drama get any thicker? The offense comes to the line on 4th down here in overtime. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent they just lost to.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team. We know they've got talent, but you've got to start fast. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have the lapses in concentration we saw today that led to them losing.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.